Who do I want to fax and email them to? Just sending them directly out through the system. Electronic commerce. You're starting to see systems nowadays that the web's integrated. So instead of having the situation you've got your web over here and your accounting over here and you've got to maintain both, you can actually have it in the accounting system. So when I put someone's special price in, or I put a product in, or they've made a payment, the client can get on there and reprint their invoice, check out their latest prices, check out where their order's up to. So there's quite a significant amount of power, and these are just modules in standard systems. You're not trying to do anything special. Starting to put documents in so people can look up documents and file things under the same clients. If we have a look at a few other bits and pieces, just generally looking at things like inventory. When you look up an inventory item, we can see all the pricing that goes with it. Who do we buy it from? If you've got multiple locations, you can have all the different locations it's stored in. If I put in the customer, it'll come out and tell me this guy's got a promotion price. We've done a deal with him for a price. So quite quickly takes the power of where can you go. If I want to have a look at this and go, oh, yeah, I've got something on back order there, let's go and have a look at what it is. And I'm just using this as a tool. Things like point of sale, job costing. And I'm going to actually do a talk later in the day on job costing, but if I just give you a quick feel of the things that happen once you start talking job costing. Contacts again, the concept of having different departments and costs. And if I go down and have a look at some figure inquiry, actually if I go back to the main one, it's not quite fitting on the screen, but that's okay. If I look here, I start to now get the concept of what should I be charging, what's the actual cost for this job, what have I invoiced on a job, what's the budgeted cost, what's the work in progress, what's committed. How much of that information can be used to actually make life easier, and then you can drill down and see what transactions make that up. Just to make life nice and simple. All right. So I've had a quick look at those. I'm just going to talk the sort of next step. What we're actually seeing, there's actually a change in the world now from what I would call corporate, from SME approach to corporate approach. So those systems I was looking at there are really designed, if you're a small business and you're going to run it in-house and do it, you haven't got a big team. We start to now move to the corporate approach, and the corporate approach is all about, when I do an implementation, I need to have a team around it. So instead of actually getting my bookkeeper to do it, I'm going to bring in a person who's dedicated to it. And we start to move up to some of the bigger systems like Technology One, Sage, SAP Business One, SysPro. If I just run through a few of these and give you a bit of an idea, something like Pronto, they really have a minimum budget of about 150 grand to start with. SysPro is about 400. But in that, you're actually getting not just the software, but the expectation is you're going to have a consultant there for 3-6 months. We've done a SysPro recently where we sent the consultant in there what we thought would be a 2-week job. That was 18 months ago. And the only reason she's going to leave is she's bored. But you sort of get an idea of once you start moving into this level, the business has to be ready to have a process. We've just been doing a JD Edwards installation for a client, and really that requires a team of 4 people there for about 3 or 4 months to actually get it all going, and the client will end up having a full-time staff member just managing the business software. So quite a different concept when you get to those sort of things. The concept of doing that with a consultant is semi-permanent, allowing you 3 to 5 times the cost, but you really need that dedicated person in staff. And that's sort of, I think you're getting this different approach because the decisions are longer and you have more meetings about it. Quick look at the top level being SAP, Microsoft, NAV, AX, Oracle. We're really talking minimum $2 to $3 million installation. Yes, sir.
Sorry, just going back one step
Yep.
to the SMEs, you haven't mentioned Pastel.
Yes, I will throw Pastel in there. Just 1 second. I'll finish it off and then I'll throw questions and I'll come back to you on that one. So I've got that one. And I'm okay. I'm going to charge down here and throw questions. All right. So I'll come back to your question on Pastel. I just had to make sure I'd finished my world. So Pastel was actually around for a long time at the lower level, right? And it was really competitor with MYOB and QuickBooks, and they dropped off the market because MYOB and QuickBooks dominated them. They have now brought out another product. It's through the Sage Group, right? And it's sort of, you would have seen Sage in there, and Sage Evolution. It sort of competes with the Triumphs, the Taches, MYOB Exo level. We don't see a lot of it in the market. It's been around for a while, and we're surprised. Sage actually was going to buy MYOB. They had the bid in there and got outbid at the last moment. So I don't know if that sort of... But I think pricing-wise, you'd be talking about the same price as a GWA, which is about $2,400 per user, in that sort of vicinity. Don't take me on gospel on that one. Any other questions? No? I've stunned everyone. All right. If there are no more questions, I've left my card there. If you want to come out now and just sort of turn left as we come out of here and come down into the expo area, we've got a whole heap of the guys that are here today, right? You can ask them questions and look at particular things and questions. And I'll basically pack up and move myself down there. And if you want to come and ask questions of me, feel free to come and do it. Thank you for coming.